How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Pokemon Coliseum, otherwise known as Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. It's been a little bit, at least in terms of game progress. I think we were at about 9 hours on our save file. I've worked a little more since then, as you can tell, seeing as it's almost double, and now the game just cannot be read. That's nice. Probably because I've been leaving on this intro screen for too long. Alright, let's try that again. Oh, you're actually going to kick me back to the Wii menu. Alright, fine. Make me reach over my shoulder and grab my Wii remote. Quite rude. I try to set up so we're ready to go, and the game's just like, nah. I think that's the first time it's ever done that, so I know it's not an issue with the CD. It's probably just mad that I stayed there for too long. But yes, I've been doing quite a bit of off-screen work. In terms of gameplay, it's not going to change much. I did do some leveling, but it was less getting myself to higher levels and more just matching my team to get them all at about the same level. So rather than stick around on that menu for too long to make the game crash again, let's actually see where we are. As you can tell, I've been on Mount Battle, and yeah, been doing some work here. I need to get into a fight real quick to take Grimer out of Shadow Mode. But yes, I have been working on quite a bit of my team. You can see some of them here. Jolteon is in the PC, but I have them all at about level 29 or 30. Jolteon was already at 30, so I just decided the best thing to do would be to match that. As you can also tell, I did end up catching some of the Pokespot Pokemon as well, one of them being Aron, and started leveling him just in case I wanted to use him. Might probably will end up not doing so, but he's there as an option now, since I only caught him at like level 12 or 13. But for the record, should I decide to use him, let me get over to the right Pokemon here. Should I decide to use him, he does have the air quote correct ability of Rockhead, which prevents recoil damage. But very quickly, let's go ahead and get rid of this team here and get Grimer back into a point where I can actually purify him. Because I've talked a little bit about what Hyper Mode does of increasing your critical hits, but one of the downsides is it doesn't allow you to purify a Pokemon while in Shadow Mode. Or in whatever mode you want to call it. I think that's the case in both Coliseum and XD. I'm pretty sure it is. Some of the other downsides are stuff like it won't accept items, it won't necessarily obey your commands. There's a lot of different stuff. But the big one is, yeah, if you want to purify it, you need to take it out of reverse mode in order to be able to do that. So as a result, I'll go ahead and use Shadow Punch instead, which, despite the fact it's got Shadow in its name, that's an actual, like, Pokemon move. It is a Ghost-type move, so using a non-Shadow move, not counting Shadow Punch, will make it less likely that they'll go into reverse mode. I don't think it guarantees it, but it decreases the likelihood. As you can see, though, if you want a defensive Pokemon, Aron is not a bad choice here, as it's taking next to nothing. Granted, they are 10 levels lower, but even against Pokemon that are matching his level, unless it's a super effective hit, it's probably going to be doing single-digit damage. Alright, now that guy's taken care of, the Pokespot monitor is responding. Alright, well, as I have been doing, as you can see, Breloom has also been leveled up substantially. I'm still probably not going to use it. However, it does still have False Swipe, and because it's a much higher level now, it makes catching any of the Pokespot Pokemon way easier, so I will be using it for that. And since the Pokespot Pokemon only go up to about level 20... level 29 should be plenty. Here's what our spots look like, so I'll go to Oasis first, since the snacks are running low there, and then go to the rock one. But in terms of what I've caught, I'll go ahead and go over that now. Pretty much all we're looking for now is just the rare Pokemon in order to trade. Which I keep running into Fanfi, like, over and over. I've run into this more than I have Hoppip, honestly. So, we'll just go ahead and use a Mega Drain on it. I have caught everything once except for Wooper. Wooper is the only one I have not caught. I haven't even seen one yet, so fingers crossed. Everything else I've caught a Surskit, I have caught a Trapinch, but I do want to catch 2 of the rarest Pokemon, 1 to keep, and then 1 to be able to trade over to Duking. So, I'm going to be waiting until I get all of those rare ones to trade any of them over. Or at the very least, having the Wooper so I can trade all 3 at once, to show all 3 at once. Rather than just trading 2 now. It just seems like it would be easier to do that. But yeah, with Breloom it's a little bit easier. I'm not going to replace the snacks for the time being. Again, that's off-screen stuff. I do have plenty of them. They are available to buy now pretty much anywhere. It's a little Sandshrew. He's so cute. But the other thing, and it didn't show up for either of these, but I'm sure it will at some point, is one of the other things you can run into, not fight, but run into, is a Munchlax. And if you run into Munchlax, it turns out the Munchlax is actually owned by a trainer that works at the herb shop, and she will give you 10 Poke Snacks to replace whatever her Munchlax ate. So as a result, I bought 30 and put 10 on each position initially, and that's all I've done. I have not added any more since then, which is why the numbers are so low. But despite the fact that I have done that, I've run into her Munchlax enough that I'm not too terribly worried about buying snacks in the near future. So yeah, I won't be adding to these while we're playing. If a spot runs out while we're doing this live stream, it runs out. It's no big deal. I can replace it later. The Oasis one, as you can see, is almost completely run out. But let's get back to a town real quick so I can show off exactly how much we've got. We'll go to Fennec here. But yes, for the record, I have caught a Sandshrew, a Gligar, a Trapinch, a Hoppip, a Fanfi, a Surskit, a Zubat, and an Aron. The only thing I am missing is the Wooper. And again, I'm going to try to catch 1 more Surskit and 1 more Trapinch. So I need a Surskit, a Trapinch, and 2 Wooper, and then I'm pretty much good on doing the Poke Spots. But let's go ahead and show those off real quick. So yeah, there's a Trapinch, there's Fanfi, there's Surskit, there's Zubat, there's Hoppip, there's Sandshrew. Obviously, I've got Aron in my party. And I think that's all of them. I think I might have missed Gligar. Pretty sure I had a Gligar. He might be in the regular box. Yep, there he is. I'll go ahead and put him in the Purify Chamber as well. And as you just saw there, the reason why there's nothing in the Purify Chamber is because all of them are ready to be purified. So that's one of the things we're going to take care of here in a second. Let's go ahead and pick you up. And yeah, I could have like left some in here ahead of time, but I was obviously taking them out and putting ones back in as necessary in order to get everything ready, so. But the good news is after this, we're going to have plenty to work with. I did take all the hold items off of these Pokemon, so some of them did have that, bear that in mind. And most of those items I ended up putting in the PC. So like the Sharp Beak was held by the Spearow, Mystic Water was held by the Seal, that kind of thing. Whenever you run into Munchlax, the other thing that the person will give you, because again, she runs the herb shop, in addition to the Pokesnacks, is she'll give you different like powders and roots. So that's where this energy powder, heal powder, and energy root came from. I don't like using these items because, as you can see, it says a bitter powder, and it makes Pokemon not like you as much. And while that doesn't really matter, I'm just not the type of person to do that personally, so... sorry. So yes, for what you have not seen, for what I've caught, for the record, it's specifically just the Trapinch, the Zubat, the Hoppip, the Sandshrew, and the Gligar. All the other ones we've seen me catch on screen. Obviously, you can tell the Shroomish has already evolved. Initially, it was at level 18 when last you saw it. Now it's evolved into Breloom. In terms of its moves, even though we're not using it, I replaced Refresh with Headbutt when it got to level 22. And then I replaced Stun Sport with Mach Punch at level 23, which is the move that it gets when it evolves. Meanwhile, while we go ahead and get all these Pokemon purified, the other thing I've been doing is obviously keeping Teddiursa in my party, and it's been giving me a fair few items. Most of which have admittedly not been that great, but one of them in particular is definitely worth highlighting. So going over the kind of not as good items, except for one of these, the Hyper Potion's pretty good. It has given me 3 Super Potions, 1 Hyper Potion, 1 Full Heal, yes I did write this down, 2 Paralyze Heals, 3 Antidotes, 1 Burn Heal, but most importantly of all of those, it also did give me a King's Rock. Which, if you don't know what that item is, it is a hold item for Pokemon, and if they attack with a physical move, it gives a small chance for the opponent to flinch, whether the move itself would normally have flinching chance or not. So, King's Rock is on one of my Pokemon. I don't remember which offhand, but we'll find that out pretty shortly here. In the meantime, we're just going to get everything purified. Regain Pin Missile, regain Refresh. It could be my imagination, but it feels like a lot of Pokemon learn Refresh after they get purified. I could be wrong about that, but feels like they do. The Grimer that is sitting on my team right now is ready to be purified as well. The big difference there is I've actually been like using it in battles rather than just throwing it in the PC system, so it actually probably will gain some levels. The interesting thing about that is, because I was doing a lot of work on Mount Battle, I actually don't know how many experience points it's going to get, so we're going to find out how many levels it gets or doesn't get. Natu got Baton Pass, which is kind of if we're being honest. It might be good for Natu, and it's good competitively, but in a story-driven Pokemon game, probably not going to be that very helpful. Mawil's probably going to get, like, Bite or Crunch or some Steel move. Oh, False Swipe. Okay, well, if you don't want to use Shroomish, I suppose that's another option for you. Also get Sing. So if you want to try using Sleep rather than Paralysis, you can go with that. Ancient Power for Swinub, as well as Charm. And we'll switch over to the last one. Though I have been grinding on Mount Battle, I have not gone past the first 2 areas just because we haven't shown it off. I did try going into Area 3, like knowingly knowing I was going to back out before I got to the end of it, but it's probably still a little too high level. I might be able to take it on now with my actual team, but they were all sitting around, at least at the beginning, like level 26, 27, somewhere in there. So yeah, pretty big level gap between areas 2 and 3. So if you are going to try to go in there to actually level grind, bear in mind it might be a little too tough, potentially, at this point for you. Kind of just depends. Alright. Now let's go ahead and Take all the ones we just purified and throw them on in. As you can see, we are thankfully just about to the point where all the boxes are going to be ready to be used, or all the sets, rather, because after this, we're going to have 8 to go with. And then I'm also going to take, out of my team, Grimer. I did give him the focus band, as you can see. But I'll go over what all I've got on my actual team for items as soon as we're done here. And we'll go over, like, how much they've leveled up and what new moves that they've gained. Because, again, I only leveled up the ones that were behind. I left Jolteon exactly as it was. I might have, like, traded the hold item, maybe? I don't even think I did that, though. Seal's probably going to get something like Water Pulse, I would guess. Yep, Surf, there you go. So if you're interested in using Surf, this might be a Pokemon you want to use, since Vaporeon cannot learn it naturally, which is a bit of a shame, and there's no TM for it in XD. I'm gonna guess something like Pin Missile for Roselia? Perhaps a Poison move as well? Something like Sludge Bomb. Magical Leaf. And Sweet Kiss. Alright, I guess Sweet Kiss would work too. It's funny, this might seem slow to people that have not, like, played Coliseum and XD before, but if you know how it was in Coliseum, this is substantially faster than it was in Coliseum. Because you had to go to the Ancient Relic, so rather than, like, switching around sets like this and whatnot, you would have, like, taken a team of 6 Shadow Pokemon down there, purified them, and then had to go all the way back to the PC and store them and grab out another set of 6 and go all the way back down there, and it was a mess. I have no problem with the Relic being there and being an option, it's just this is way faster. This is a definite plus that this game has over Coliseum, like, for sure. It's very rare, especially this early in the series. Get Psychic, that's pretty good. What else do you get? Baton Pass, alright. It's very rare this early in the series that they actually have some use for Pokemon that are in your PC storage, because most of the time, if they were in your storage, they just kind of were left there, and that was it. Alright, let's see how much experience Grimer gets here, because again, he has actually been battling. And I'm sure he'll get Sludge or Sludge Bomb or something like that. Regain the move Sludge Bomb, very good. That's a very good attack. And regains Helping Hand. I probably won't be keeping that. 13,000 experience. Almost at 1,300. Level 24. Level 25. Level 26. Wants to learn Screech. I probably will actually get rid of Helping Hand. I'm not big on this one of boosting the power of your teammates' moves and sacrificing your own. I would actually rather have Screech to lower defense sharply. Level 27. Level 28. Level 29. And I think that was the ribbon noise. So that was pretty close to what I was aiming for. Nice. Oh, right, they get taken out of the purifying chamber. Alright. Let's get you back. Let's see if I can make that one a little bit more effective. There we go, that's pretty decent. Alright, we will leave Delcatty here for the time being. Well, no, I probably should keep Aron. I did level Delcatty, so it is a level 30 now. It might still be worth keeping Attract. First, I'm going to take the King's Rock off of Breloom, because I know I'm not keeping Breloom in my party right now, and then we'll figure out where we're going from there. Okay, put Breloom up, take Jolteon out. So the question is, do I want to keep Aron or do I want to keep Delcatty? I think for now I'm going to actually keep Aron. I do plan on switching that out because, again, I do know what I want for my next team member, who I want, rather, which is not not exactly hidden. I know exactly who I'm taking, so I'll be swapping him out. And eventually I'm going to swap out Teddy Ursa, and I might just ultimately end up swapping out Teddy Ursa and just keeping Aron, honestly. We'll see how it goes. But for the record, let's go ahead and go over what our team looks like. And if I need Delcatty later, then Delcatty is still available. So currently, this is what we've got. I'm going to switch this around a little bit. There we go. Work on Aron since she, not he, since she is the lowest level right now, if I decide to use it. Alright, Aron, caught at level 19, obviously been leveled up to 24, almost to 25. This is what its stats look like. Got a Jolly nature, obviously very defensive primarily. Right now it's got Headbutt, Mud Slap, Metal Claw, and Iron Defense. Or Defense if you prefer. Kirlia, I have leveled from level 25 to level 29. And the only real difference here in terms of moves is that I replaced Reflect for Psychic whenever it got to level 26. I do think Reflect can still be good. However, I wanted the variety in having Shockwave. I wanted to keep Confusion for now because I did want a second Psychic attack because Psychic doesn't have a lot of power points. And Calm Mind is also very good, as I found out while playing Sapphire. Spheal went from level 28 to 29. That's it. It's just gain one level. Other than that, it is still exactly the same. Still Calm Nature. Still have the Never Melt Ice on it, which increases its Ice move, which is Aurora Beam. All of its moves are otherwise the same. So just kept it as is. Just gave it an extra level. Other than that, everybody else should largely be the same. Let me double check on items. So yeah. Hardstone for raising, I believe, rock moves. Twisted Spoon for raising psychic moves. Never Melt Ice for raising ice moves. Focus Band to potentially keep Grimer alive if it gets knocked down to 1 HP. Magnet for Jolteon in order to increase electric type moves. And Teddy Ursa is our pickup item user So it will gain items as we walk along. So that's the items, that's the levels, that is all the things that have been changed. Other than that, I haven't really bought any new items. So with all that purifying and whatnot done, let's go ahead and save that. We're at 30 purified Shadow Pokemon. And what say we make some progress by heading to question mark, question mark, question mark, my favorite area. Cipher was witnessed transporting things in this area. Well, let's go be a nosy little boy and see what they're doing. The scooter's tires bogged down in the sand. It's impossible to go any farther. He looks very upset and at the same time not really upset at all. And they turn back to Fennec City. It's not where I came from, but alright. You tried going in the northern desert, didn't you? The northern desert sand is very deep. An ordinary scooter couldn't possibly make it through that sand. Net from Pyrite. Been asked to help locate a missing Pokemon. It was among those missing with the SS Libra. Please visit us in Pyrite and speak with the missing Pokemon's owner. You think you could tell me where in Pyrite they were, my dude? The downside of having a letter system where you can only have so many words, which I think they joke about in the last game whenever Egan tries to send you a note, but it gets cut off because you can only have so many characters. Well, fingers crossed they're up chatting with him, because if not, we're just going to have to hope he tells us where the person in question is. It's nice to be able to travel through this building again without getting interrupted from fight after fight. Of course, it was like that in the original game, too. As much as I liked Pirate, I really wasn't a big fan of the area in the original game, only, make this clear, only from the fact of, like, going through this building, it's like it was trainer battle after trainer battle after trainer battle, and then you got to the top here, and then you had to go through this area, which was also trainer battle after trainer battle after trainer battle. It was just over and over again. So many trainer battles. Yo, what happened in Fennec from Marcy? I'm just amazed that they even managed to hold Justy hostage. By the way, that old gent came over with his granddaughter. He's looking for help finding a missing Pokemon. If you don't mind, please hear him out. I'm sorry, I'm at my wit's end. You're familiar about the news about the ship with SS Libra's disappearance? My granddaughter's Pokemon was on board and it vanished with the ship. The Pokemon is the one I found while tending to my garden. It was among my tiny bonsai trees. It's a new species, I'm certain of it. Please, I implore you, please find my missing Pokemon, if only for my granddaughter's sake. Sure, why not? Oh, thank you. You are so kind. Our Pokemon is named Bonsly. It looks very much like a potted plant. Please help us. My granddaughter has a photo of Bonsly. Please ask her if you may see it. We'll try collecting information on our own, but to be honest, it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Well, I appreciate the honesty. For the time being, there may be nothing we can do but gather information while tracking Cipher's movements. Your clothes are covered in sand. What happened to you? That's big news. That could be Cipher's new hideout. But it may be too difficult for an ordinary scooter to cross the desert. Won't be easy getting there to investigate. Well, for help with something like that, how about Per and Gatian Port, if anyone can help? Oh yes, that's it. Good idea, Bit. Personal buddy of ours. He runs a mechanical parts shop with his grandpa, Macan. Huh? You know the guy. Well, then we can cut right to the chase. I'll get in touch with him. I'm sure he'll come up with the means for you to cross the desert. And if you need to, I have a photo of Bonsly. Please look. Look at him. He's so sad. So yeah, while that picture, and while it is funny because it's clearly just like a picture of a Bonsly just thrown on a stock background, actually is worth something to note, because bear in mind, Gen 4 was not a thing at this point. Gen 3 was, but this is a game where you actually get to see a couple of Gen 4 Pokemon prior to Gen 4's release. Or around Gen 4's release, where you may not have necessarily seen them. And Bonsly is one of those Pokemon. Unfortunately for collecting Bonsai, it might, or Bonsly rather, it might be a little while before we find it, simply based on how that works. So bear that in mind. In order to find Bonsly, I believe it will show up at one of the Pokespots. Speaking of which. But there's no, like, guarantee or rhyme or reason as to what will make it show up. It will just show up at random like any other Pokemon there would. So that part's kind of a pain. Cave. Alright. I'm gonna go to Fennec real quick. Just trying to find a spot that's got a PC I can use real quick and switch into Breloom. And again, once the snacks run out of the Pokespot while we're streaming, I'm not replacing those. So if we run out of one, that will just decrease the likelihood. That said, I might not do as much Pokespot stuff while we're waiting on catching Bonsly, just on the sole fact of I don't want to, like, miss out on that. If that one's Oasis, I might go for Oasis first. It is not an Oasis. Alright, so Rockin' Cave. We'll start with Cave. We'll go in alphabetical order, because why not? Nope, just a Zubat. Surprisingly, it actually took me a while to find one, which I know sounds very not normal. Normally it's finding nothing but these in the cave area, but yeah, this one took a while to find. Imagine living in a region like this where, like, for years and years they're like, yeah, there's no wild Pokemon, you can't find them anywhere. And then you finally get the ability to find one, and of all things, it's a Zubat. Like, ouch. It's a Gligar, otherwise known as Gligar. What you doing, you weirdo? He's an uncommon one, but we've already caught him, and I don't plan on using him anyway, so I'm just gonna send him back from whence he came. Alright, now that that's taken care of, let's go back to... Well, first and foremost, I want Teddy Ursa back in my team so I can keep getting items. Out of curiosity, while I was off screen, I did try going to Kaminko's Manor to see if Chobin would inevitably forget who I am and try to attack me again, but surprisingly he actually did not, so as a result I have not fought him. Alright, onward we go. I will say, I've been feeling, like, more than well enough to be able to talk in the last, like, week and a half, but it is really nice to not constantly be having to, like, mute to cough or sneeze or whatever. I think this is, like, the first time, well, streaming for sure, but, like, it's only been in, like, the last day or two, which means it took me about 3 weeks to finally stop all the miserable allergies and what have you. But, man, it is nice to not have to worry about that anymore. Alright. Yo, Delta, I heard from Bit. You want to cross the desert, do you? You want to be able to cross the desert on your scooter. All you need is a conversion kit. But Grandpa's gone out again and hasn't come back, just like before. Grandpa's the only one who knows about all the parts we carry. This is Sec, ONBS's director. We bring you a special scoop. The courageous actions of a young boy thwarted a group of Cipher operatives who had infiltrated Phoenix City. This footage shows the boy and his Pokemon driving off a top-tier Cipher admin, that running away animation, from the city stadium. Cipher had been trying to take over the entire city by replacing its citizens with the Syndicate's members. ONBS was also targeted for takeover by Cipher. Despite the setback, Cipher appears to be growing more active. The authorities have issued a caution to all citizens and organizations to be alert of the possibility of further attacks. As you've seen, Cipher has returned with a vengeance. The entire Ori region is endangered again. ONBS promises to doggedly pursue this story and provide you with the most accurate information on Cipher's actions. We must not allow Cipher to carry out its conspiracy of fear. Let us all protect the peace of Ori with courage. Let's play. Amen. You're amazing. Well, I always thought you were amazing, but I didn't know how amazing. Here you are before my eyes, but you're also on the TV news. It's a funny little feeling. Hey, I figured it out. You want your scooter modified so you can lay a smackdown on Cipher, right? Of all the times Grandpa would be out of the shop, it's a headache. He's over at Dr. Kamiko's manor again. You better be off going to see him in person. Ah, so now we get to fight Chobin. So based on what he's using, we're probably okay to just keep it as is. Yeah, we'll keep our team as is. If I really feel like I need to switch out, then I will. Oh, hey, it's those guys again. Haven't seen you for a while. Yeah, likewise. I understood you were quite the hero in Phoenix City. Very impressive of you. Sort of a bit odd about that red one. Already forgot where we're going. Kamiko's manor, duh. Alright, let's deal with the world's most fearsome bodyguard. Few have tackled with him and lived to tell the tale. Wait, who goes there? Also, if you're the assistant, why do you keep appearing from there and not inside the manor? You must be another burglar. Why are there so many burglars? Chobin will put you straight, don't you move. Chobin am I, and Chobin is the #1 assistant to Dr. Kamiko. He is still the only assistant, so he has to be the #1 assistant. My man, you need to update your prescription on your glasses. I'm just saying, like... So yes, for fight number 3, he actually has a halfway decent Pokemon now, because he's got a Gyarados rather than a Magikarp. Unfortunately for him, that's probably not going to make much of a difference, as I'm just going to target it immediately and hit it with a Quad X weakness. Law. Yeah, Curly was actually the reason that I kept my team at level 29 rather than 30 and going up to 30 where Jolteon was, is because I know Curly is going to evolve into Gardevoir at that point, so did want to actually show off the evolution even if I wasn't showing all the moves I gained or lost. I could write those down, but I did want to specifically show Sunkern using Ingrain. Yep, that's what I wanted to show. I did want to specifically show evolutions. Just trying to learn Takedown. Yes, we do want to learn that. Go from 70 power to 90 power. I kind of want to get rid of Mud Slap for that, honestly. I'm going to get rid of Mud Slap for now, and if I get a better ground move, then I'll replace Headbutt. Takedown is just going to be better in everything other than accuracy, because even though it also hurts the user normally, Because Aron's got Rock Head, that means that she actually doesn't take any of that recoil damage. Which is a nice little bonus. Interesting choice of Gyarados not attacking the right person, nor did Sunkern, but alright. Let's show off Takedown, and we'll show off Psychic, too. Why not? Full damage. Well, I guess we'll see Takedown another time, because I forgot that Sunkern sucks. I mean, I didn't forget that, but I forgot how much it sucked. Well, thanks for the money, Chobin. We appreciate it. Chobin lost. Oh, this is devastating to Chobin. Chobin demands a rematch. Chobin, what is the meaning of all your shouting? Oh, Dr. Kaminko. Sir, I like your pants. Chobin was trying to teach this burglar a lesson. A burglar? No mercy need be given to a burglar. Just let the completed it handle him. Doctor, you don't mean it. I said it. Chobin understands. It is. You wait. You were gonna get it. Also, I'm not a burglar. He'll figure it out. One of the other things that reminded me of, speaking of getting Poké Dollars, is here are what my current Poké coupons look like. I know we didn't have a lot going in, but that was how often I went through the Mount Battle areas. I was stopping my challenge runs every time the Pokespot monitor went off, so I didn't necessarily clear all 10 floors in a row every single time, but I did want to draw attention to the fact that, yeah, I do have more. It's still not enough to buy anything, but yes, I do have more Poké Dollars than I did initially. Or not the Poké Dollars, but the, the Poké coupons, rather. The time has come for the ultimate Robo Pokemon to finally reveal itself. Come hither, Robo Groudon. Well, from the side, it looked kind of cool, I guess. I didn't really want it to come at the expense of your fountain, though. Your fountain looked much cooler. Robo Groudon, go! Go! This is who you battle. You've been warned. Robo Groudon Chobin would like to battle. Except you're not fighting the robot, obviously. You're just fighting his team again. The only difference now is he's got a Sunflora instead of a Sunkern, so it evolved in the time he was doing that. Well, they say no medicine can cure a fool. I'm gonna make sure to keep Curly alive. And he does have 2 more team members, but we'll see who those are momentarily. By all means, keep attacking. Keep going for Aron with its insane defense. The sunlight got bright. Well, that's nice. I don't really need to use Iron Defense. They're practically doing nothing anyway. And there goes Gyarados. He will be missed by all. Got a hop it. Sunflora is just going to keep healing, well, especially if it's going to play Leech Seed. I'm just going to go ahead and attack his not Sunflora first, also because it's slow, unsurprisingly. Normally, you kind of don't want to do that with grass types of leaving them around because they get the chance to do stuff like Leech Seed or planting their roots with Ingrain, like all that stuff, but if it was something other than Sunflora, I might be worried about that, but because it is not really. And lastly, he's got a banana beard, also known as Tropius. Oh, Leech Seed's still in effect. Okay, nice. Lovely. I kind of get why, but you think if you just beat the Pokemon that used it, it would just be gone, but nope. Guess not. Let's see. Let's see how Grimer does. Poison's good against grass. I'm pretty sure. I actually don't use Poison a lot. Poison's kind of one of the types, admittedly, I kind of sleep on and don't use too terribly much. I think it's because I play a lot of the older gens, and it's for the same reason I don't use the Dark type, especially for Dark and the older gens. It's just, Dark didn't have a lot of good offensive moves back in the day. The best you could get was Crunch, which, while good, that was it. That was as best you could hope for. Honk. I probably should switch out Aron, but I'm just going to let it faint at this point. Very nice. The sunlight faded. Well, you know what? It'll be okay. Not every day has to be a sunny day. In fact, it was kind of overcast here yesterday. It was really nice. Very much needed change of pace. I don't mind it being super hot of like 90, 100 degrees outside, but like we need the rain so bad, I'm not going to risk wildfires for it. So to have an overcast day was quite nice. It was very welcome. And we defeated Robogroudon Chobin. Chobin lost with Robogroudon. Yep, you sure did. I guess you'll have to try with Robo-Kyogre next. No, they don't actually do that. I think you find out later that they were trying to make one, but I don't think they do. On closer inspection, yeah, I'm not a burglar. What? Our alleged burglar is merely Chobin's acquaintance. And a child, no less. Both of y'all need to get new glasses. Given the Robo-Groudon's utter failure, the half-built Robo-Kyogre doesn't inspire confidence. I doubt it'll ever be useful. Yep, there it is. See to it that the Robo-Kyogre disposed of is scrapped by Makana at the part shop. Understood? Aw, well, don't do that. The whole Robo-Pokemon plan is canceled. What, because it failed one time? Some scientist you are. Chobin would like to keep the Robo-Groudon at least. I have no interest in a Robo I've scrapped, as you wish. Oh, I feel so bad for the robot, even though it's not a living thing. I still feel bad for it. After all we did to bring it so close to completion. Chobin sees you wanted to see the part shop man. Makana's in the manor. Chobin suggests you go in and have a look. In the meantime, Chobin must put away the Robo-Groudon. Chobin, like your PDA number if you be so kind. Will that make you stop fighting me every 6 seconds? No, he's just going to ask for a rematch, which I guess he'll at least recognize that it's you, so that's better. Barely. Now, though, we actually have access to this little puzzle here. Which I don't know if we can complete it, because I think you have to enter it from another side to get everything. But as you can see, it's simple in the fact of, like, the colors just match each other. So, just gotta spin around and grab what you need. You can also see the parts for the Robo-Kyogre there. Found a battle CD. It might be that one on the bottom floor, but it could also be this chest I'm thinking of that has a very good item. It's filled with stacks of white paper. There's writing on them. Try reading something? I do remember this. This is not what I was thinking of when I was thinking of a good item, though. Jovi's Diary. Top secret. The Pokemon HQ lab has a secret room somewhere. It doesn't look like anybody knows where it is. Jovi will find it first and make a secret base. Number 2. The robots under this room are made to look like a red Pokemon and a blue one, and they're supposed to work, but Jovi's not sure if that's true. Because Chobin says that Jovi can't take a ride. Jovi bets Chobin that Jovi won't take a ride because they don't work. Chobin's a cheapskate. So rude. So yeah, we can't get down to that item down there at this particular moment, so I'm just gonna hop on this one and head back. But yeah, Battle CD down here. Jovi's Diary, I imagine, like Luigi's Diary and Paper Mario, if you come back, it'll update as time goes on and you can read more and more of it. The battle CDs in the manor, what do you gain by asking me that? I don't enjoy admitting one bit, but they are quite well made. I have no interest in such things, I acquired them purely for research. They should still be lying around here and there. If they're what you desire, you're welcome to the whole lot. Oh, never mind. The basement R&D room is no longer home to any secrets. You may come and go as you wish, but try not to disturb Macan inside. Well, that's exactly what we have to do, so too bad. Ah, snagging it down here. Does the trash can have anything in it? Nope. Guess not. That's a bit disappointing, but oh well. Found a rare candy. Very nice. Not what I was thinking. Maybe it's not down here. Oh well. So this is Robo-Kyogre that Kamiko had under development. He called it useless scrap and demanded I haul it away, but you know, this is quite a well-engineered machine. Yeah, exactly. Like, keep it. Use it for something. Don't just throw it away. Cipher's back then. I thought they'd folded 5 years ago, but they've returned. So you want me to modify your scooter for desert crossing performance? Well, you certainly are bold for considering to face Cipher alone. Fine, let's do it. I'll modify your scooter. Good deed shouldn't wait. I'll arrange to haul this Robo-Kyogre back to my shop right away. I'll see you there. What a job that was. I'm finally done. I've converted it into a hover-type scooter, so it'll be perfect for the desert. Go on, try it out right away. Your scooter's become seriously awesome. It'll be fine in any desert now. But that Robo-Kyogre we got from Dr. Kamiko, it's going to be useful, do you think? I think it's just going to be junk like usual. Oh, don't say that. Man, they really did Robo-Kyogre dirty. Apparently, people that made this thought Groudon was the better of the two. Which might be true, I don't really know. So yes, now, with that taken care of, as you can see, our hover scooter can make it through the desert, no problem. I thought they were going to use the parts from the Robo-Kyogre, which would have been cool to give it like a texture, you know? It appears to be the SS Libra, the missing Pokemon transport ship. Anything like... Fine. Spot monitor's responding. I do need to go heal. I forgot about that. I was going to check around for items. We'll go to Fennec real quick and heal and grab Breloom. Any chance Teddy Ursa picked anything up in that whole time? Nope. To be fair, we weren't walking around that much. Well, let's hope it's a rare Pokemon. I actually know for a fact, story-wise right now, it can't be the Bonsly, so I'm not worried about hunting for that right now. Pretty soon that will be an available option, but not right this second. Pretty quickly here, and I mentioned this last episode too, though, you can see why I wouldn't want the spot monitor going off like 24/7, like of me having to drop everything, especially since now I would have to start switching Pokemon out of just I don't want to have to deal with this every couple minutes. Thankfully, I think this is the last snack in the Pokespot, so yeah, it's a Hoppet. So since I don't need to replace that, that'll be one less Pokespot for the monitor to freak out and go off for. Because again, I can replace it in my own time, I can catch them in my own time. Do very much like the idea, it just doesn't quite work for streaming purposes. Well, if the spot monitor was going to go off a second time, this would be the time to do it while we're already out here. Cave. It's an Aron, which we don't need. I don't know what the exact percentages of these appearing either for like the common, rare, super rare, which is a bit of a shame. There's not a lot of info about Pokemon XD out there, which is kind of a bummer, honestly. I know it's one of his older set of videos, but Chugga Conroy does do the Pokemon XD series, and does do so very well, but he also fully admits that, of like, there's not a lot of info out there. So, if you are the type of person to watch Let's Plays, and the spot monitor is responding, and obviously I know that's got to be Rock, since we're in here and it can't be at Oasis anymore. Hey, it's a Trapinch. I actually do need you. Look at him, he's so cute. Yeah, we're just gonna false swipe this guy. Perfect. Bite, bite. I probably should grab some more Pokeballs, and I might actually go ahead and do that while I'm thinking about it. Trapinch was got. Since it just came to mind, too, since I mentioned that Aron is a female and the Trapinch we just caught is also female, at least according to the info, and I could be wrong, and like it would take a bit of trial and error to be 100% certain. We'll go to here, I guess. At least according to the info I have on, and granted this is Cerebi, so grain of salt and all that, the odds of getting a male and female for all of the Pokespot Pokemon is all 50-50. Theoretically. Can't say that for sure. Not all of the Pokemon have a 50-50 ratio on this for the main Shadow Pokemon, so hopefully it's correct. So yeah, if you do want to buy Pokesnacks for whatever reason, Fennec will have them. Again, I don't need them because I have plenty. I'm going to buy 20 of these in 2 sets of 10 for the Premier Balls. I'll buy 8 of those. And 7 of those. And I think we're pretty much good otherwise. I'll grab some revives, but that should be plenty. You know what? I think it's high time we retire Teddiursa. I don't want to have to keep going back and forth, not only for the Pokespot Pokemon, but also if I end up needing False Swipe to catch, or wanting False Swipe to catch anything for Shadow Pokemon, I don't want to have to keep going back and forth. So for the time being, I'm going to retire Teddiursa and just focus on going. I'm not going to be using Breloom, like, in actual combat other than for False Swipe, but again, the back and forth is just kind of a pain. Doesn't look like there's any items out here, so we'll just hop on in. From Justy, thanks for being so patient. The pre-gym is finally set to reopen after the Cipher takeover bid. We are all looking forward to the opportunity of battling you. Otherwise known as probably getting destroyed. But for the time being, we're not going to worry about that. We'll just work on these block puzzles here. It is worth noting that you can jump off of these, like so. So if you want to avoid doing that by accident, it might be recommended, believe it or not, to actually use the D-pad on the GameCube controller. It might make the moving a little bit easier, since it'll be just locked to 4 directions. We'll see how I go on not making a mistake, and if I feel like I need to do that, then I will. After all I do to get here, we let one get away on us. Isn't that right, Snidle? Oh yes, indeed. Such a lost opportunity, for it was obviously rare. If only it had been caught. Why, if you'd caught it, Gorgon, your entire collection would have been enhanced by 0.7%. Such a disappointing loss. It took off because you made so much noise, Gorgon, sir. I heard that. You pinning the blame on me? That's blatant insubordination. I'm in a foul mood today. Not plain foul, foul, today of all days. What's up, Monka Man? That fool Snap had to screw up. Someone lets this outsider get in here. Our recovery plan's done, but we can't let you go. Not after you've seen us here. Hey. Yes, sir. Teach this little boy a thing or two about pain. That strut, though. Well, now you heard the man. I must get back to lair 2. You know what to do. Wait a second. That's not what you said. Allow me to explain. We have a crucial job to do at the lair. We need to make shadow Pokemon from those that were on the ship. You're just going to tell this right in front of me. Okay. You do agree that this is indeed important, don't you? If you were to do the job, you would take 38% more effort than I. In that case, Gorgon's mood would worsen by 72%. You do agree that is most inefficient, don't you? As a result, if you were to take on this boy in my place, we would be ahead by 63% in terms of overall efficiency. It's only for efficiency's sake. I'll be going now. Don't hold the grudge for that. I mean, I feel kind of bad for you a little bit, my dude. I don't believe anybody here, believe it or not, actually has a shadow Pokemon. At least if the order is to be believed here. So what do we got? Huntail and Cacnea, huh? I probably could have stood to level my team a little bit more, but that's alright. If I need to level them again between play sessions, I can just do that. They really do not want me to evolve Curlia. Let's see. Cacnea, I think it... I don't remember if it's grass poison or pure grass. Oh well. Since Grimer's the newest team member, it's only fair we give him a chance to show off what he's capable of. Probably still won't be quite enough. Oh no, it will be enough. Okay, good. Nice butt shot there, jeez. Well, since we've seen Huntail, any chance we'll run into a Gorbis? Nope. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, looks like it is pure grass. It might be grass dart, but the point is it was still weak to poison. And speaking of poison... Blech. See, this is why I'm just not too terribly big on defensive Pokemon, though. It's like, it's nice to be able to take several hits without dying, but like, it just feels like if they're defensive, they just have nothing in offense. Like, Grimer's doing fine, but Aron, not so much. I'm just gonna headbutt Teddy Ursa, because I'm pretty sure that should be enough to kill it. Even if not, the poison would take care of it. What I really would like to get for Grimer is Acid Armor, but Acid Armor doesn't come up until the 30s, level-wise. Because as you can see, like, it's decent in, well, really all of its stats other than speed, but it makes it very good for both physical and special defense if you've got Acid Armor. So to have the offense, the HP, like, pretty much every stat being good except for speed and special attack, even though that's usually what I prefer. If I sacrifice both of those and get literally everything else, I feel like that's a fair trade. Alright. Let's try takedown again. Let's see how Sludge Bomb does. I know it's not going to be effective, but it will still have the same type attack bonus at least. We'll just see how much damage it does. Yeah, not horrible. Nothing to write home about, but not horrible. Get out of here, Smartin. What? I lost? I can't go back to the lair like this. Sure you can. Sup? Watch you battling those downright bizarre people. You're some kind of tough, aren't you? Me, I just happened to stumble across the ship, so I made it my home. You know, there's plenty of food and all. I have to admit, certain things bug me, but nothing's perfect in life. I gotta admit, I'm glad that weird bunch is gone. I owe you thanks for that, at least. You must be tired after that battle, right? You can come rest at my house. It's at the wheelhouse. Nice. Yeah, I do appreciate that they put this here. It was very needed. Well, did you get some decent rest? You're free to use that bed whenever you feel tired, okay? Well, thanks, my dude. By the way, I got this favor to ask of you. See, every so often I hear these odd noises coming from deep inside the ship's hull. I think there's someone skulking around there, but it's too creepy for me to go take a look-see. How about you go look for me? Sure. Thank you kindly. The noise has really been eating at my nerves lately. I can hardly sleep now. So when you're done investigating, I need you to tell me if you found anything. Yeah, this is a nice little setup he's got here. But yeah, if you do need to rest, there's your bed. There's also a battle CD here. I don't know, I've always liked these ship areas. Well, wait, you're not leaving, are you? Oh. Alright. I was gonna check and see if anything was out there, but I guess we gotta do this first. I'm willing to bet most of these are probably going to be similar to what I just picked up. They're all going to be like... Oh, no, never mind. Firestone. Okay. I was going to say they're going to be like iron, carbos, zinc. All of those stat-boosting vitamins. Found a PP up. 2 of them. Wow. Okay. I will gladly take that. I messed up that puzzle by jumping off too early. Thankfully, if you do need to reset the puzzle, you can. Come to think of it, is there any Pokemon you would use the Firestone on? Other than for getting a Flareon, but we've already discussed why that's a waste of time. And even if you did pick Flareon, you would have evolved it by now, and would have had the Firestone to evolve it as well. Oh well. Just gotta look at what we're doing here. Okay, I think I see what we're... I'm gonna go for the harder item first. So put that there. No, I messed it up. Oh, no, wait. Maybe I didn't. Not completely, anyway. I was going to try to push it from the left, but I wouldn't have been able to do that. But I can still salvage this. It's kind of interesting that they do a block-pushing puzzle in the non-traditional way for this game. Or for the series, rather. Normally it would require strength to be able to do this. Got a yellow flute. I think that's basically an infinite use for getting rid of a status effect. There's TM35. Let's have a look. Snaps Pokemon out of confusion. Gotcha. There's no one to really put that on, so I guess we'll just hold on to it for now. And TM35 was... Flamethrower. Oh yeah, you definitely want to grab that. Which it's right there, why wouldn't you? But yeah, that's why I wasn't worried about the Pokespot. It's because Bonsly is out here right now. Is there anything else? There is a luxury ball, which will make your Pokemon's friendliness increase if you catch it in that. Hi, Bonsly. Bye, Bonsly. It's everyone's favorite type of mission. Go and find the thing, and then the thing gets scared and runs away, and you rinse, lather, repeat for all eternity. I think in this case you probably have to, like, sneak up on it, like, move slowly. Just casually doing a little shuffle, don't mind me. And then, of course, an email goes off, and yes, that is scripted. I'd like to write a novel featuring you as the main character. Please let me interview you. I have a good feeling about this story. Might be generous with my thanks. Thank you. You dick! Startled by this mail's message noise, the Pokemon fled somewhere. Hello? There we go. But you also get leftovers, which is a pretty decent hold item. Give it to your Pokemon and they'll get a small amount of health back at the end of every turn. And I don't remember if you have to keep hunting for him on the ship or if it's just a one and done, and after that you can go report back to the guy, and then at some point you might find Bonsly at a Pokespot. Speaking of Pokespots, Spot Monitor is responding. Oh hey, so how was it? Was there anything down there? Yeah, but nothing to worry about. Just a Bonsly. I see, so it was a Pokemon down there. I'll sleep better at night knowing that. Is that right? So it was a Pokemon that a girl asked you to find, and you say it got away? Well, this place isn't a very welcome place for a wild Pokemon to survive in. Why don't you try looking for it in places where wild Pokemon are apt to gather? Anyways, I'll be heading off home now. After all, you solved the what worries I had. Come see whenever you like. You're always welcome. Thanks, my dude. Yeah, I guess the place is a little bit of creepy, but like as we saw with the boxes there is Poke food like in quite a number of places, so it was probably eating from that. What's up? Hold it, no one gets past here. What? I'm whacking of... You're waking? I'm gonna go with waking. I'm waking of Team Snagem. It wouldn't hurt you to remember that. Wouldn't hurt you to forget his name either. Silence? You don't have a clue about who Team Snagem happens to be, do you? No? Back in the days, grown men shook when they heard our name. Sheesh. But that's alright, we'll get back to snagging Pokemon just like the old days and terrify the world again. And we'll do that by using your Snag Machine. It only catches Shadow Pokemon, dude. Whoops, I know you're a great battler, but I'm not having any of that. Gloom, release your sleep powder. Send this kid off to Betty Bye. Bleh. Well, it looked a bit gross, but you know what? I'll give credit where credit is due. More villains should be smart enough to do that. Of like, we have to battle them and defeat them, like, or just do that, like, no actual harm done. It put him to sleep, but it didn't kill him or anything. Hi, are you awake now? Looks like you had a rough time of it. Are you alright? A bunch of saw. Weren't they Team Snagem? Why would they want to pick a fight with you? Is that right? So that's been happening in the world at large. Team Snagem is a bunch of crooks and thugs. They were snagging Pokemon with people from with Cipher's help. I hadn't heard about them for the last couple of years, so I figured they fell apart. I guess not, huh? Anyway, it seems to me that you need to get back that thing they took from you. I think they took off to the north chasing after another bunch of strange characters. Maybe you ought to join the chase. It's right around here on the north side of Eklo Canyon. I think that's how you pronounce that. What's that? You say the other strange bunch was Cipher. Sounds like you got yourself involved in something huge. Yep. Looks like. So we are tragically without Snag Machine, meaning that for the time being, catching Shadow Pokemon will unfortunately not be possible. Or will unfortunately not be possible. Any chance there's still... Yep, there's still a small chance. We cannot catch Shadow Pokemon, but regular Pokemon are still fair game. Provided... There we go. It's like, provided I can get to the off-screen part of that. That took a long time. Maybe like a battle CD drops there at some point or something. I don't know. Ah, it's just a Zubat. Lame. I guess I can go ahead and... Well, no, I don't really need to put that in my notes. The notes were just for letting y'all know what I updated on. I was going to say I can put in my notes that I have a second Trapinch, so I don't need to be catching those anymore. Headbutt. So really, that means I don't need to be putting any more Pokefood on the Rock Pokespot, just for the Cave and the Oasis, for catching the 2 Wooper and the remaining Surskit that I need. I wonder what would happen out of curiosity if I went back to the HQ lab and talked to them and they realized I didn't have the machine. Mostly just out of curiosity, but... Let's have a little look-see. Hi, Mom. I lost that thing we worked on. I don't think that's actually her. And that's not Crane. This guy might say something, though. What's going on? Why did you take the Snag Machine off? What? Team Snagem stole it? That's really bad news. I've heard that Team Snagem had to close up shop because they lost their Snag Machine. But with your Snag Machine, they might be up to no good again. It'd be disastrous if they decided... I doubt they're going to join forces again, but, eh. At least if I remember correctly, story-wise, they kind of work independently from each other this time. Pardon? Team Snagem appeared? I thought they disappeared with Cipher years ago. They become active again? How about you, Crane? Anything important to say? Or can I not talk to you? There we go. What happened to the Snag Machine? What? Team Snagem stole it? I'd hate to think so, but if they use that Snag Machine for criminal purposes, there's going to be chaos. Instrument for Justice can easily become a weapon if it's not used properly. Gotta get the Snag Machine back. Can't be allowed to fall into the hands of criminals. Yeah. Alright, let's head off. It appears to be a building. Does it have any ties to Cipher? Well, let's find out. We've been spotted, so there's no point in hiding anymore. Who are we? We're Team Snagem. Team Snagem? Can't rightly say no. See, he doesn't know either. It's bringing tears to my eyes. We should go. We should leave this area up to Gonzap. Finally managed to track down Cipher, haven't we? We're not leaving now. We have business in that building. Stand aside if you don't want to get hurt. You're calling the dashing and terrific Mr. Zuka Lunk? How dare you? You're not getting away with this. Biden. Ah, nice. I didn't know Biden was a Pokemon trainer. He does seem like he'd have an Oddish, though, let's be real. Good fight. 10 out of 10. See what I say, if we just waited for Gonzap, this wouldn't have happened. Wicked must have reached the hideout by now and given that Snag Machine to him. Hey, you want more of where that came from? Ugh. We'll pull back and regroup. Let's get back to the hideout. Nice job out there, man. You not running off with him? You got guts, but, huh? Wait a second, you're that brat who was at Gatian Port. What are you doing here? You're nothing but bad news. Ever since I saw you, I've had nothing but the worst luck. First at Gatian Port, some guy challenged me to a battle out of the blue and promptly stomped me flat. Then Gorgon gave me one major dressing down for showing off Shadow Pokemon without permission. Because that, he made me stand guard here as punishment. It's one thing I can't figure out, though. How'd Gorgon ever find out about me anyway? Remembering that is getting me riled. This time I'll flatten you. So, of course, just to twist the knife even further, once again, we run into this guy. This time we actually fight him ourselves, knowing he has a Shadow Zangoose. But because we don't have the Snag Machine, we can't catch it. Still have the reader, but again, can't get it. Got immunity, which means that it cannot be poisoned. Which is fine, I guess. Like, I wasn't going to attempt that anyway. That was why I targeted Zangoose. Well, Jolteon will be able to outspeed it. Speaking of Jolteon, I have been working on leveling up my Fire Red team for showing off the battle between Fire Red and Leaf Green whenever Icarus and I get around to doing that. And wow, actually raising like a proper Jolteon in terms of doing everything correctly and what have you. Yikes, that thing is insanely fast. Like, Jolteon was already fast, but like just even more so now. Yeah, this is why you want to get that Zangoose out as soon as you can, because it is strong. I'm actually going to use Breloom because it's got a fighting move, because the other downside to trying to take down Zangoose is not only is it strong in its damage, because it's a normal type, it's only got one weakness, which is fighting. My love for Zangoose aside, he is a very good pick for this game, because strong attack, only weak to fighting, has a very high move pool. Honestly, it's probably the best normal type you can get in the game. Look over that list real quick. Because your options would be keeping your Eevee as an Eevee, which, you're probably not going to do that. Teddy Ursa, which again, I only say for pickup. Other than that, probably wouldn't bother. I'll take some damage from this, but that's fine. It's part dark, so... Delcatty is a no. I know I've been using it, but that's specifically for Attract and nothing else. Meowth, no. I would not recommend Meowth. I'm not going to spoil any of these because these are all later ones. Definitely wouldn't recommend that. Absolutely not. That one maybe, but that's pretty late in the game, so by that point you're probably not using it anymore. Or not adding anything new to your team. Same with that one, same with that one. That one's part normal, I think. That one could be good, but again, much too late. So there are some good normal types in the game, but like by the time you get them, you're basically in the final area. It's probably a little too late at that point. Alright, so what's on the field now? Really? You have a Cipher? Alright, well, that's a choice one could make while also having a Zangoose. For those that don't know, for the record, and the Pokedex entries in multiple games go over this, Cipher and Zangoose have basically, like, an internal rivalry. Like, if they see each other, they're just naturally always going to fight, like, immediately. Like, it's just their instinct to constantly be fighting with each other. Oh, right, you're water and rock. Well, it poisoned him, so I guess it wasn't a total loss. Let's try that instead. I probably should be using Metal Claw here, but eh. I don't remember if it was Metal Claw or another move. There was a move I had on it, her, that was like 95% accuracy, and it was missing all the time. Despite not getting any, like, stat reductions or anything, it just kept missing. It was so bad. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it was, like, just barely shy of 100. Yeah, it must have been Metal Claw. But yeah, it was missing all the time. It was really bad. I don't think Grimer's gonna get a chance to do anything. So I'm just gonna try to use Screech, and if for whatever reason it stays alive. Yeah, I didn't think so. I'd say this is a tough fight, but it was really just that Zangoose. He took out like half my team in the time that it took to take him down. If that doesn't convince you that it isn't good, I don't know what would. Whenever we do get into a fight where we can catch it, because yes, duh, eventually you're going to be able to catch it, I might save before that point, and then, like, after we finish whatever we do, provided that something insanely lucky doesn't happen, we're going to go takedown and Aurora Beam, I guess. Because that Relicanth's going to die anyway. I might, like, save Scum to try to get the nature that I want for Zangoose, which is going to be, like, attack up and probably special attack down, whatever that nature is. I don't know the natures as well as I should, so I can look that up real quick while we're waiting for these to go through. Attack up, special event. So adamant, and be an adamant nature. Bye, Relicanth. Hello, level up. And there we go. My stomach celebrated by rumbling very loudly. I'm not even actually that hungry yet. I'm getting there, but I ain't got there. But this can't be happening! Thank you, every Yu-Gi-Oh! Antagonist ever, saying this can't be happening. There used to be a compilation on YouTube of every time that any person in the show said this can't be happening, and it was like 13 minutes long. You're just some kid. How could I, the Mighty Zoo, get beat by just some kid? Because you fluked out. You only won because you got lucky. That's got to be the answer. Yeah, I mean, it was your Zangoose really kept you in the game on that one, I'm not going to lie. I think you have to leave at this point. I think the guards up there won't let you through, and, like, you might be able to battle him. I'm running back to heal, but whether you can or not, they won't let you pass. This is the Sec of OMBS. Something's up. Your help is urgently needed. Please come see me at OMBS in Pirate Town as soon as possible. Fine, but I'm going to heal first. Who do I have in front? Yep. I keep trying to level up Curlia, but Curlia keeps dying before it can get to level 30. I do want to check and see if we can actually fight these guys. Oh, it's just going to stay as question mark, question mark, question mark. Okay. I think you can refight Zook right now. Like, you can keep refighting him over and over. Oh my gosh, fine. Freaking spot monitor. I'm pretty sure you can fight him over and over again, but that said, you still can't catch Zangoose until you get your Snag Machine back. So, like, bear in mind that you can battle him for experience and money, but that's all you're getting out of him. Ah, here we go. Isn't that the wild Pokemon from the trip? Or from the ship, rather, not the trip. The trip to the ship, perhaps. What? Hi. Captured Bonsly. Let's return it to its owner. Alright, well, cool. That was actually really good timing because we were supposed to go here, so, like, that worked out. Yo, Delta, it just figures it would take you to find that lost Bonsly. We collected data using OMBS's resources, but we couldn't find a trace of it. We appreciate what you done for us. My granddaughter and Bonsly are overjoyed. See for yourself. Bon. This is something that stands for gratitude. Please accept it. Get a Bonsly card. It's a special Battle Bingo card. You can use it for Battle Bingo games at the Rugum Tower. It's an event that's not open to everyone. Oh no, the receptionist will know what to do if you flash that card at the registration counter. I'm sure you'll enjoy battling with Bonsly. Or Bonsly. I kind of alternate between the two. Well, since we're here... I know Sec wanted to talk to us. Wherever he might be. I don't think he's in any of these. Why my frames keep dropping so much all of a sudden here? Try moving around my laptop a little bit. There we go. He did say he was at ONBS's building, correct? That should be this building. Also, I went through the wrong elevator. Is he on the bottom floor? I don't think he is. Maybe he is, though. Something about you, something's different. You change your hairstyle, what could it be? Nope. I'm gonna double check that letter. Yeah, come see me at the ONBS Empire Town as soon as possible. Yeah, that would be here, correct? Considering there's a giant sign that says ONBS right there. I'm just going to assume that Bondsley cutscene messed it up, and I'm going to talk to everybody that I know is part of that kids network. And fingers crossed it just messed it up. Ah, there he is. Glad you're here. I've been waiting for you, huh? What happened to your left arm? Weren't you wearing the Snag Machine on it? I guess it was the left arm. I was going to say, wasn't it the right? But no, it was the left arm. You're right. I see what Team Snagem's doing. I'm not surprised they wanted your Snag Machine. Up to 5 years ago, Team Snagem was in a partnership with Cipher. But when they lost their Snag Machine, Cipher gave them up as a lost cause. I thought Team Snagem just folded after that. But they must have spotted your Snag Machine somewhere. Oh my. Probably on TV, honestly. I'll start on investigating Team Snagem right away. I'll let you know as soon as we discover anything. Oh right, I forgot about the email message I received. You see, OMBS got contacted by someone who claimed to have fled from Cipher's base. We debated sending out a news team immediately, but there's no guarantee that it won't be a trap or another risky situation. That's fair. I hate to impose, but could you go investigate for us? Sure. We know you can be entrusted with this. The man who contacts us is named Hordell. He said he'll be at the outskirts stand, which is the first area that you are in the first game, Coliseum. But now we finally actually get to see it ourselves. I am glad we got that Bonsly capture, though, because, again, that one I really wanted to show on screen. Showing the Whooper catches on screen as well as the final Surskit, I'm not as worried about, so I'm not going to go back and put anything on any of the Pokespots right now. I'm just going to leave them as is, so we won't be getting interrupted by it every 8 seconds. Which also means I can switch Aron back in the front. There is another Pokemon that I currently have in my possession that I've been considering using, but I'm going to probably raise that off screen and just think about it for the time being. Oh, Mirror B may have appeared. I don't think it's here. There we go. So if Mirror B appears, because this is the first time that's happened, Mirror Radar, use. Mirror B seems to be at Outskirt Stand. Well, that's convenient, because we're at Outskirt Stand. Which means... there's Trudley and Folly. And usually when they're around, he's not far behind. Did I ever pig out? That was the first decent food I've had in too long, I tell ya. Yeah, it's great and all, but are we really doing the right thing living this way? I worry about my future, you know? Maybe I need to consider changing my lifestyle. Now, what are you going on about? You're not your usual self. Don't tell me you've forgotten the boss's dream. We're gonna own all the Pokemon in the whole wide world. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Mirabee is sneezing? Oh, well, if it is that super aggravating little boy who served me up a bitter memory at the Pokespot. Yep, that was me. For a little exercise after my meal, I'll wipe you out with my elegant steps. Let the music start. Let it start indeed. So I believe, much like with Zook, I think he has another Shadow Pokemon at this point. However, no Snag Machine means no catching it. I'm going to primarily focus on just taking down one Lombre per turn, provided I can do enough damage between Takedown and Psychic. Continues to, well, I'm sure they appreciate it out here. They probably need it. That probably didn't do quite enough damage. Man, if they would stop going after Kirlia, I could actually get it to be a Gardevoir. Because it's probably dead now, right? Because it targeted it twice? Yep, targeted it twice. I think I'm actually going to use Revive to bring it back. I think I want the experience for it that badly. They're all at 30, so it doesn't really matter what I do here. Does Double Edge get OP? Yeah, this one does have Rock Head, so it does not take recoil. So take down, Double Edge, all the recoil moves will not take that damage. There it is. There's the nose pass. Man, this thing was a pain to catch in Gen 3 in the wild. But no way to catch it, so we'll just leave it with him for now. Actually, probably what I should do. Hold on, let me switch that back. Okay, there's one. There we go. I don't remember how much the catch rate was on it. I just remember how much of a pain it was to get, because you could only get it in one cave by using Rock Smash and having the Rock Smash actually giving an encounter. And then the encounter rate on it was pretty low on top of that, if I remember right. Not quite as bad as Feebas, but still pretty bad. Though to be fair, there's not many examples that are worse than Feebas. I can only think of, like, a very, very small amount off the top of my head. That's actually not bad timing to lose Aron, though. Because that Lombre is basically gone. actually gonna fire both shots at it, so A, that won't keep it alive using Mega Drain, and B, whatever gets sent out, which is probably gonna be another Lombre, if we're being honest, will also take damage. Level 13 Salamence and some... Yeah, I was thinking of Munchlax and Diamond and Pearl of, like, only appears on certain sets of trees in the game, and only a 1% encounter rate as well. Oh, a Ludicolo rather than a Lombre. My mistake. Oh, poor Spheal. He's so adorable. Debating something in my head there. Yeah, might as well. The rain stops. Yeah, finally. Jeez. We'll see how targeting them individually goes. If I was actually trying to catch it, I would go ahead and just have taken out Ludicolo straight up, but since we're not doing that right now, and he's gonna waste a turn rain. Man, what I wouldn't give to have my Floatzel right now with Swift Swim and send its speed stat through the roof. Alright, that should do it. I do love its feigning animation, though. It basically just, like, short circuits. Is that going to be enough experience to get us to level 30? It was a fully evolved trainer Pokemon, so hopefully... Hey, there we go. And now Mirabee is going to take a nap after having a heart attack. Or maybe that was heartburn. One of the two. Should have done something this strenuous right after eating. Well, I was going to bring that up, but since you did it for me, I suppose it's fine. I do kind of wish that this Ralt / Curlia / Gardevoir did have Synchronize rather than Trace, but that said, it's not exactly like you're going to Pokemon XD to raise a competitive team. Oh, how dare you! I say how dare you! Next time I'll put things right and lay down my elegant steps. Yeah, when you're not full from just eating? Yeah, we'll bear that in mind. He did an okay amount of damage to me. Not anything too terribly bad, but I'm gonna go ahead and heal it off anyway. Might as well. I'm considering going ahead and ordering food while we're doing this, though, just to... Kind of one of those cases of, like, not super hungry now, but by the time that it gets here, I probably will be. So maybe I'll do that once we're finished up with whatever we need to do at the outskirt stand. Hello, generic woman, and we bring you a breaking news story. The cargo ship Esther Sleeper was found in the desert north of Finneck. Its baffling disappearance is believed to have been caused by Cipher. It is unclear as to how the ship was transported to the desert, however. Cipher's motives for taking the ship are also unknown. Unfortunately, there's no sign of the numerous Pokemon aboard the ship. Also, the people? Probably should be a little worried about them, too, just saying. Concern is rising for their safety and welfare. Well, that's very nice. But again, like, maybe worry about the people a little bit, too, just saying. I'm Hordell, and are you maybe Delta? Am I glad to see you? I was terrified that Cipher would find me and drag me away if I stayed much longer. You see, I fled from Cipher's key layer way in the north. Oh, you know that place? Wow, you people at OMBS sure get information quickly. The key layer is a factory. It was made to mass-produce shadow Pokemon. When I discovered that, I was horrified. I came to hate my job, so I escaped. When I fled, I managed to spirit away just one shadow Pokemon. But even then, there were already many shadow Pokemon. I'm sure they've produced even more since then. Oh, there we go. I didn't get that first part of the text. Let me see if I can get it in watching the VOD here. While I was with Cipher, there were rumors about a boy who snagged shadow Pokemon, I think is what he said. Might that person be you? If so, I have a giant favor to ask of you. Would you purify the shadow Togepi that I fled from Cipher with? Well, my team's full, so I can't take it right now. But instead I'll get an email. We've located Team Snagem. They've been operating out of their old hideout north of the outskirts stand. We don't know the size of the group, or much about their leader Gonzat. Be careful if you're going there. Are we searching for their hideout? Here's where it is. I passed it while fleeing from Cipher's key layer. It was in a desolate spot. Yo, wait up. Yeah, same thing from the first game. Hey, my name's Willie. I remember who you are now, kid. You're the kid that sent Cipher packing in Finneck, aren't you? You were on TV. Let's have a battle, you and me. Sure. I was gonna go and swap out my Breloom long enough to grab his Shadow Togepi. Well, while this battle is going on, I guess I'll order food, because this is just the first battle from Coliseum. Pair of Zigzagoons. Take down. Psychic. Yeah, as you can see, not exactly phenomenal for experience, but it's Zigzagoon. It's fine. I'm gonna go with Headbutt only because of the whole accuracy thing. Apparently this guy's just a big fan of Zigzagoon, I guess. Since now he's got 4 instead of 2. I appreciate that as somebody whose favorite Pokemon is constantly confused with Zigzagoon when they hear Zangoose. And they're like, oh yeah, the little, like, brown raccoon thing. And you're like, no. Right, Gen both start with a Z, but no, not the same. Not even close. I get handed the lost, I still need seasoning. You still need seasoning? What? You still need something, I guess. You're tough, real tough kid. You stomp the good so long as you're around or his future is safe. It's exactly what you said to Wes, but okay. Alright, now I'm going to go and swap out, or put Breloom out of the party long enough to get that Togepi. I'll go ahead and mention it now, since otherwise I would just not have anything in particular to talk about. You can't keep, air quote, keep every Pokemon in the game, because by getting the Shadow Togepi purified, you can either keep it for yourself or trade it for an Elekid. The Elekid will be whatever level the Shadow Togepi is. So if you want the Elekid at a low level, just stick him in the purification chamber and don't bother leveling him. If you want him at a high level, level up the Togepi and then trade it over. Either one works. I would probably recommend the former of those two. But yeah, it is your decision on if you want the Elekid or the Togepi. I would recommend the Elekid, especially considering, if I remember correctly, it comes with a bunch of elemental punches, so it's got a pretty good moveset. Please take good care of it. I definitely won't do that. I'll purify him for you, don't get me wrong, but like, I'm not taking him out in the battle or anything like that. I've never been big on the Togepi line, even whenever it was like fully capable for Togekiss. It's just not for me. Not my playstyle. I don't think it's like the worst Pokemon in the world or anything. It's just not my playstyle. Do you have any items? Nope, no items. Let's take a look at him real quick. What has he got for probably just the Shadow moves right now? Shadow Rave, nice. Shadow Shed. I don't think we've seen this one yet. Shadow Ore in the ground is used to launch spikes. But I'm willing to bet probably not. Yeah, not very strong in the physical attack department, or speed for that matter, but that's not much of a surprise. Yeah, we'll even stick him in box 7, so he'll get the fastest speed for being purified that's possible. There we go. Alright, I know where we're supposed to go, but I want to check the outskirts stand and make sure that I didn't miss anything important there. I don't think I did, but, you know, just in case. Hello? Thank you. And boom. Food ordered. Isn't technology a great thing? Without it, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. Did you see the news? Cipher's been brazen about what they do this time around. But I wonder, where did they take all the Pokemon that were on the SS Libra? Is that right, my friends? You're traveling by your lonesome. If you're going to stay on the road, you should stock up on supplies here. I've got a selection of Pokeballs, too. For the longest time, Pokeballs were just good for catching dust. They're selling again thanks to the wild Pokemon. Yeah, that's true, because otherwise only Wes would have gone after them. There's some new options here. Net Ball for water and bug type Pokemon. Nest Ball for weaker Pokemon. Timer Ball, which you might want some of these. I'm going to grab like 3 because I'm low on money right now. But yeah, some new Pokeball options there. Timer Ball would be good for, in particular, very late game when battles are taking a lot of turns. We've been traveling around the Ori region. We've been jogging the whole time. Why don't you come run with us? Ah, that's why you're standing rather than sitting right now. When we ran out to Echo Canyon, we found that building that was Team Snagem's hideout. I heard that they broke up a long time ago, but I got this feeling that there were people out there. Maybe it was the ghosts of Team Snagem? Or maybe it was just actually them and not the ghosts? Maybe? I'm leaning towards that myself, but, you know, could be wrong. Are you using Electabuzz? I might, maybe. But I do already have Jolteon, so probably not. But that said, if you didn't pick Jolteon, Electabuzz is not a bad option at all. Team Snagem's base is apparently still in use, even after it was destroyed. Well, let's go have a look then. Or get an email instead. Delta, I trust you've been well. I'm proud to announce the reopening of the Railgun Coliseum following extensive maintenance. Who is this from? Oh, this is from Trest. We look forward to your participation against top-ranked trainers. I don't know why that reminded me of this, but... Didn't that person say they wanted to do an interview earlier? The one that interrupted us when we were trying to get Bonslai on the ship? I'm gonna double check that by going to the wrong thing. Yeah, Gatian port. So I believe you are correct. That might be where we get the EXP share. So to give up my life on the sea for life on dry land so I can raise this Oddish. One day I'll make it evolve into a Vileplume, or Blossom would be great too. Whichever one I choose, I'll need a special item for the evolution to happen. That's true, you will. Also, you could still be a sailor and take the Oddish with you. Oh, Jovi's big brother, I saw you on the news. It's awesome, I think you're really cool. Thanks. I'm here to talk to woman. Hello, woman. Delta, you read my email. I've been waiting for this. After seeing you on TV, you've been on my mind. I've come to realize there's nothing to do but write a novel starring you. So please let me interview you. Let's begin right away. I see it was you that saved Crane, the director of the Pokemon HQ. I should just answer no to all these, but I'll answer yes. You're on TV for the Fennec news story, but you've been on TV before? No. Yes, this Libra was attacked because Cipher wanted to get the Pokemon on board, correct? You must be an amazingly talented trainer despite your appearance. Just interviewing you has excited me to the edge of my seat. Your tale is so thrilling, harrowing, and exhilarating. A huge thanks. Thank you so much. The White Earb. Not what I expected. I'm going to double check that though real quick. Watch it just be I had to answer in a specific way. You do get it in Gatian Port, but it's not from her, at least according to Cerebi. But it is after scaring Bonslai off of the deserted Libra. So maybe I'll poke around and see if I can find it real quick. I know we're looking for a female character here, because it said Emma was the name on it. Hi, Purr. It's a nice little place you got up here. I always wondered what it would be like to have, like, your shop downstairs and just living upstairs. I imagine it's kind of, like, good and bad, because, like, for one, you don't have to go too terribly far to work. I mean, you just go downstairs and whatnot. But at the same time, I feel like you would get all too comfortable with just, like, going downstairs for something and being like, oh, right, I'm technically at work right now. Like, you might potentially go upstairs into the house part of where you live. Sure, I'll fight you. To go grab something, like you might go upstairs while you're working and then come back down, and you've kind of gone out of that mindset of that you're at work because you were just upstairs at the place where you live. I don't know. It'd be weird, probably. This woman might be very underleveled by comparison to me, and we'll find out. Oh yeah, very much so. Enough that I'm not worried about using Shockwave to do the correct super effective damage. They're too low level to worry about that. It'll give Aron a level though, so that's nice. can literally just mash through these. Was doing that quite a bit in Mount Battle because, again, they were much too low level. Sure, I was raising them so they were like mid-20s instead of, you know, 30s, but the Pokemon I was fighting against were like levels 9, 10, 11, 12, so yeah, not exactly difficult. I don't think there's anything in here. I do like this, how the Pokemon area upstairs has something other than the usual of like, hey, this is where you do all the link stuff, of like it actually has like a library or something. It makes it feel a little bit more alive of like, yeah, it's a Pokemon Center, but like, rather than it being the game version of the Pokemon Center where they just stick the Pokemon in a machine and immediately heal them, it's like it actually takes time. So it's like, yeah, while we're healing your Pokemon, you can go upstairs and, like, you know, read at the library or do other things with your time while you wait. Ah, so here's the woman with the Munchlax, yeah. So she can give you any of these items. Maybe not that one, I don't know. But she can give you any of these items, but I'm not going to buy any of those. Did I already get the EXP share? Now I don't remember. Or no, I'm not going for EXP share. I'm going for Amulet Coin. Amulet Coin is what I'm looking after. I'm pretty sure I've already got the EXP share. You are correct. Yep, it's right there. But yeah, Amulet Coin is what I'm looking for. The being low on money part reminded me of that. And at least if Cerebinet is correct, it should be available after you scare Bonsai off the ship, which, even if it's just after you do the Bonsai side quest, that part is done. So if that is what unlocks it, then we should be good to grab that from wherever it is. If we could find whomever gives it to us. Look at all them bubbles. Please get out of this cutscene. Yep, it was great. 10 out of 10 performance. Let me check another thing here. Oh, I was right, unfortunately. Let me see if she'll take another interview or not. So it is the interview, and I did answer it correctly, but the name on the guide was wrong. Yeah, it definitely says Emma, E-M-M-A, and the person in question that does the interview is Acri, so not even close. Alright, let's see if she'll do a different interview. No, maybe I can't get it back. Yeah, according to this, if you answer yes to all 3 of her questions, you get the Amulet Coin. If you answer yes to 2, you get the Mental Herb. If you answer yes to only 1, you get the White Herb. And if you answer no to everything, you get the Quick Claw. Is it, like, just straight up missable? Yeah, you totally can just completely miss it. Yeah, permanently missable content. Picking the wrong questions in an interview you have to answer all completely truthfully, which I did try to do, will make the amulet coin inaccessible without trading. You need a much less useful item that, you instead get a much less useful item that can be found elsewhere. Also, apparently, if you evolve the Shadow Togepi, once it's, not a Shadow Pokemon, the Elekid you can trade it for won't have any special moves and just be a plain old Elekid. With the Shadow Pokemon themselves, you may only have one or two chances to snag a given one, but you can track down Mirror B later, who will have whatever Shadow Pokemon you missed out on. Trainers who can be rematched infinitely, such as the final boss or the Hexagon brothers, keep their Pokemon generally. So yeah, you can just straight up miss the amulet coin. Did I save? I did, but I don't remember the last time that I did save. And I'm trying to think if there would even be, like, what do I need money for in this game heavily? That would be like, yeah, I need the amulet coin because I just do not have enough money to buy this type of thing. Because if not, there's not really any, I don't need it per se. It would be nice to have, sure. But it's not, the be-all, end-all of, well, I missed that. Playthrough's ruined. Oh, no. Hello. Pokeballs for indirect. Yeah, I can live with just grinding that out off screen if that's the case. That's not too big of a deal to me. I am decently sure that I saved after I caught the second trap pinch. That's the last time I know I saved for sure, but that was a while ago. That was before doing all the SS Libra stuff, for sure. Yeah, I think I'll be okay without it. That is a bit of a pain that they set it up that way, though. Of yep, this is just a permanently missable item. It'll be one thing if it's not that important of an item of, yeah, it's just a Great Ball or whatever. Something that you can purchase elsewhere, but when it's something like that, yeah, that's not phenomenal game design. Wiggling that butt at me? What you think you're doing, boy? Nice, another critical hit. Might almost end up giving him a Silk Scarf or whatever the normal item is to increase normal moves if I can find it. You know what you're doing with your Pokemon, I hate to admit it, but you wiped me out. We could use your toughness. Come join Team Snagem. We're always on the lookout for outstanding talent. Thanks, I'll come right in and use your healing machine. Can you level Pokemon Coliseum in XD? I believe so. Or if you mean trading Pokemon. Admittedly, offhand, I don't remember how the trading system works. I know that the trade's compatible with. Figured somebody was going to jump me after I picked that up. Compatible with Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Gen 3. 2 Hyper Potions. Hi. Darn it, you came to get the Snag Machine back. I did, yes. No, I was just going to give up and go home. Like a true hero that just wasn't feeling like it today. Was just gonna give up and go home. At least the good news is now I'm getting to fight a bunch of stuff that's weak to either electricity or psychic, so... all the times that Curlia kept dying now as a Gardevoir is actually getting the experience. That would be an interesting idea, though, now that I'm thinking about it a little. Though I would probably never do it just for the obvious reason of, like, how catching is in both Coliseum and XD, but if we're doing all of the games of... all the different Pokemon games of doing Fire Red and Leaf Green, and then making teams and battling, of, like, also doing, probably not individually, but together, like, combining our teams between Pokemon XD and Pokemon Coliseum, of picking, like, 3 from each, and then using that to, Psychic. And using that for a battle. But again, like, that would require a lot of obnoxious things of, like, if you were actually doing that and trying to, like, raise the ideal Pokemon, like, especially in particular for Coliseum, you would have to, like, save right before you catch the Shadow Pokemon, and then catch it, and then lower enough to make sure it had the right nature, and then inevitably find out it had the wrong nature, and then have to keep repeating that. And then once you do get the right one, you might still have pretty bad IVs, and as a result, still not end up with the most phenomenal one in the world, or get the wrong ability. Like, yeah, that's all stuff that can happen while raising them normally, sure, but the fact you have to go through the additional catching it and lowering the gauge is what would really make that rough. I've already taken the Snag Machine to the boss. Gonzap's mighty tough. I'll bear that in mind. We go up or down. I'm willing to bet he's probably in the same spot he was in the original game, which means we should be going up, so I will be going down. Team 29. I don't remember what that is offhand. Oh, Psychic. Nice. Kid, didn't I see you before? You did. Yeah, that Crobat's gonna have to go. It's always weird seeing it, like, having one that's... I mean, to be fair, I have the same thing right now. One that's fully evolved, and one that's not evolved at all. Which, again, to be fair, we both have that right now on our teams. Going for the cheap play? Yeah, going for the cheap play. Freaking Astonish / Fake Out. Get that out of here. I don't know what you think you're doing, boy. Trying to learn Iron Tail. So the problem is I don't know if I want to sacrifice the accuracy. You know, it's not perfect accuracy of Metal Claw, but it is better. I know it's double power, but still... I mean, I haven't settled on using this for sure, and I've not been using Metal Claw because it's not been super powerful, so yeah. We'll go for it. Not that it would be possible, but it's times like these I wish I could give it Steel Wing of giving a somewhere in the middle for damage, but just full accuracy and not having to worry about that. Cut? Really? What a time to be alive. Yeah, go ahead, lower my evasiveness, see if I care. Very nice. Apparently this guy's got Alzheimer's, just like the actual Biden. I get it now, you're on the SS League? Yeah, dude. God. Poor boy, he got some memory problems, I tell you what, man. Yeah, I did go the right way, that's unfortunate. Snag Machine, you say you went and got, what's up with it? It's too honking small. How am I supposed to fit this on my... That's a good question, actually. But it's not because the machine's small. I think it's because your arm is so thick. Yeah, dude, like, your arm is bigger than my head. Who's that kid here? Let's come for the Snag Machine. Yeah, give it back. Good work on getting out of here, but we're not about to let you have it back. I would hope not. Good work on getting out of here. We'll just give it back to you. They just looked around between all their Pokemon and the leader's giant muscles and were like, well, we've done all we can do. It's like, geez, what are you, mid-management at every job ever? Thinks this will be a pretty simple strategy of if they're gonna... Oh no, they actually did switch it up. I was gonna say if he's gonna have nothing but Gloom, of just the strategy will be if Gardevoir gets hit with a status, use Aron's turn to remove that status, and then just continue letting Gardevoir attack. Oop, I hit the button too fast. I was trying to go for Mantine with a Shockwave. Yep, and that was why. Unless he stupidly targets the wrong person, which is possible. Nope, he went for the right one. That's what I get for button mashing. I guess we do this. Hopefully, if I'm right, they'll give me a break to go and heal before I have to go fight Big Bad. What I wouldn't give to have my Typhlosion right now. I know you can get one in the game, but that's post-game stuff, so it's not going to be much help here. Yeah, it'll still probably do more damage. Well, maybe not. We'll paralyze him, so there's that at least. But with a lot more defensive ones for his later Pokemon. Fortress Dug Hole. Well, good for Fortress. If Fortress, if you need me, I'm going to be switching into something else so that that doesn't do the damage you were hoping it would. Watch him have been targeting Gardevoir instead of Jolteon. And my food is here, so I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. I saw Grimer got hit with a critical but survived thanks to the focus band, but that was the only thing I saw, per se. I know Fortress is steel, so poison's not going to do anything against it. Nah, I'm going to run that risk, because I wish I remembered what order everything went in. Yeah, I'm just gonna run that risk. Man, I don't know. My brain's thinking of, like, go for the Sludge Bomb against Grumpig, but the problem is it probably wouldn't survive. Grimer probably wouldn't survive to get to that point. But if Grumpig also got taken out, like it just did, and Sludge Bomb attacks Fortress, it's not going to do anything because of the part Steel type. Pin Missile probably against Gardevoir, because Psychic. Yep, that would make sense. I ordered a small side with it so I can eat the side because it won't make too much noise. I mean, we gotta go with Shadow Punch, right? Because that makes most sense. This seems like a turn worth switching out stuff that's actually going to be able to do proper damage here. I'm still here, by the by. I'm just muting my mic so I can eat without making too much noise. I know it would be mostly quiet, but just in case you don't have to hear any noxious sounds, I figured that would be the easiest thing to do. Alright, there we go. Hey, not bad. If we snag all the shadow Pokemon from them using the Snag Machine, Cipher will collapse. When that happens, Team Snagem will step up and take over. So how about it? Will you join us? Heck yeah. Don't lie, because you're obviously no good at it. Your lips are twitching. All you really want to do is get the Snag Machine back, don't you? Fine, have your Snag Machine back, but only if you can beat me. Yep, they do throw you right into the battle. That's not good. I might actually end up losing this fight. Since I stupidly lost one of my team members because I was busy button mashing and accidentally attacked the wrong one with Gardevoir. The big problem I'm going to run into here is I get the really bad feeling that Electrode is going to immediately self-destruct and kill everybody out, and that would put me down to... How many here? That would put me down to 3, one of which is at 1 health. PP left for that. Alright. Fake out everybody's favorite move. I think I'm gonna send Grimer out and just, like, basically heal / revive my more defensive ones. To try to keep them in a better spot. Normally I wouldn't waste a Hyper Potion, but in this case... If they're stupid enough to let me... Yeah, I didn't think so. I was gonna say, if they're stupid enough to let me keep attacking with Spiel, then I will, but otherwise... I'm gonna keep Jolteon since it's the only one at full health, other than Grimer. Alright, well, if it's gonna get in the way, we'll just do that. Yep, now you gotta recharge, which means that you're dead. don't really have a good way to target that right now. There we go. I was about to say, I could have sworn I saw Super Potion somewhere. I'm kind of just bringing back who I deem necessary, and since I've got two Pokemon that are paralyzed, I don't want to risk just not getting one of my inputs in as opposed to guaranteed revive. Definitely glad I went ahead and got that snack in advance, though, and now I feel good to go. From what little hunger that I was starting to slowly get, it is taken care of now. It might be worth doing this, honestly. I honestly don't think I'm going to win this fight, which is kind of why I'm going all out on it. Wow, that, despite not being very strong, still almost killed Vileplume. Meanwhile, Hyper Beam is not worth what they're spending on it. I keep waiting for that Electrode to blow up, and it's not doing it. I only went with Confusion here, because why waste to the Psychic attack? I don't need to do that much damage. Enjoy that level up. Ooh, now I might want to actually keep Breloom alive to deal with that. HP is brilliant. It does have enough to survive Sonic Boom if it gets attacked by that. It's actually a time where I would use a full restore if I had one, because I want to get rid of both the paralysis and heal it. Chose correctly. I don't think Wishcash is going to outspeed Breloom. He targeted that anyway. Forex weakness is still not enough. That did give it some health back, though, I guess, so there's that at least. That was part of the reason that I went for using the status healing rather than the health healing, because I knew it would get at least a little bit back. They're both over 20 health. Makes me curious as to what else the, not Wishcash, the Electrode is capable of. Because, I mean, that's basically what they're known for doing, is just immediately self-destructing. Skarmory. Well, bye, Breloom. It was nice knowing you. Maybe you can get one quick attack in here before you go. At that low health, you know he was thinking about doing it, if it was an option for him. So, just get his ass out of here before he gets the chance. Well, surprisingly, we actually pulled out a win on this one from what it looks like. Thundershock, Mach Punch. Which should do normal, I think, damage. Split the difference between steel and flying. There we go. We somehow won that. No, whoa! But he gave a lot of money, so that's nice. If we had your expertise in the Snag Machine, we'd have no trouble crushing Cipher. But fine, a promise is a promise. Here, take your Snag Machine back. Huh? Are you serious, Gonsapt? After all the trouble we went through to get it, weren't we going to use that to teach Cipher as a lesson for dumping us? Kid's fighting to help bring Cipher down, right? Him and us, we're both after the same thing. And the enemy of my friend is also my enemy. That's not how the saying goes, medic. So they're not quite as bad as they were last game, kind of. Thing didn't fit my arm anyway. That's true, it didn't. I may as well give you this too. It just goes to show how I can be generous. It's a gift from me. There's a chest in the corner on the ground floor. That's the key for it. Alright. Well, best of luck. In the meantime, I'll be taking these full heals. You better appreciate Gonzap's generosity. You better repay him by sticking it to Cipher. We should be the only gang in Ori. There's no room for two. Yep, there can only be one. Alright, kid, get going. Cipher's secret factory is to the north. We'll be looking forward to you crushing Cipher. Alright, first I'm gonna go heal. Because otherwise, if I run into anybody else in here, they might actually pose a threat. Let's have a look here. Alright, so a chest on the bottom floor. So we inevitably have to go somewhere around here to find that. I don't think that's what he was referring to, but I'll take the revives to replace some of the ones I had to use. If you join up right now, you'll not only get the day's wages, but also a commuting allowance and even a box lunch. Depending on your qualifications, you can even receive up to 20% more paid holidays. You won't find terms this good, huh? Well, you can't put into a job interview. This is what you get. Well, dude, I didn't know you were interviewing him for a job. Why you gotta go kick my ass? Besides, I'm only a kid. I also don't know what a job interview is, probably. Like, I could make an educated guess, but that's probably about it. Good, that's what I was hoping for. Nice. With any luck, maybe he'll send out something that's not a water type, because there are too many water types on the field. Hey, there we go. Cute little sand slash. Tragically, I'm gonna have to kill him. Bye, Remoraid. It was nice knowing you. You had your constant side beam attacks just over and over again. The problem is I kind of want to like start using some of the TMs to make feel better, of like trading out Water Gun for Water Pulse, trading out Aurora Beam for Ice Beam. I don't feel like it's doing bad or anything. It's just the moves. Like Water Gun's not particularly strong power wise. No, I'm not gonna use Gale. But I also don't want to like use that and then immediately be like, oh, guess what? Here's like a really strong water move if you just waited one level. But you didn't. Spiel is confused. I think he was already a little confused. But that's alright. In fact, I'm actually going to look up. Let's take a look here. Oops, I went too far. There we go. Yeah, as a Spheal, he's not gonna get anything. I mean, he's gonna evolve. I'm gonna let him evolve, obviously. He's not gonna get anything too terribly good other than Blizzard, but that would be at level 43. Evolving looks to be the same. And evolving again. Yeah, it looks to be all the same. He doesn't really get anything else. So yeah, I might have to bite the bullet on that and give him Water Pulse and Ice Beam just to make him a little bit more viable in that regard. Didn't he just use Taunt? Did it, like, fail or something? I thought that meant you couldn't use the same move twice in a row. Oh no, because Spheal hurt itself in the confusion, so it probably didn't take effect as a result. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, now it's on there. Okay. Well, doesn't really matter now. It's got no health left. That's actually a pretty decent level for enemies now, though. 32. Hopefully this will do enough damage. Or not. Or it could just not do enough at all. Alright, let's go back to Headbutt, so we'll actually have something that'll hit. See, that's what I mean of like why I just don't like moves that aren't 100% accurate, because if it's any number lower than 100, it's probably going to miss one time out of every 3 or 4. Like, I know the number might say 95 or 90, but that doesn't mean, like, it's actually only going to miss one time out of 10 or one time out of 20. It's going to miss more than that. Nope, no way. I'm not letting anyone tougher than me join Team Snagem. Wow. I came out because they promised to pay me the day's wages and buy me lunch. What's this place all about anyway? Don't worry about it. Go back down and heal. This is still quite a bit easier to navigate than the original version was in Coliseum. Mostly because you were having to pretty consistently catch shadow Pokemon in here. I don't think everybody had one, but like a pretty decent chunk of the trainers did. But like I mentioned before, that I've alluded to in other parts, like a very, very high bulk of the shadow Pokemon are all in the final area. Not all of them, but like a pretty good chunk. I think it ended up being like, there's like about 80 that you can catch in the game, and like 38 of them are in that area, so almost half, which is too many. Like, let's be real, that's too many. What? You're raiding Team Snagem's hideout? That takes guts. It also takes a battle. Yeah, if I start seeing trainers that are getting, like, higher level than me, not by even, like, a lot, even by a little, if I start seeing more of those, like, 32, 33s, I might consider doing a bit more grinding between play sessions, and I might do that anyway. Because I do want to challenge, but I don't want it to be like, oh wow, I'm going to be losing a bunch of fights, because the issue is usually, since I play at least okay, provided I'm not button mashing and hitting the wrong thing, is I don't want to just be stuck behind a loop of losing to the same person over and over again just because I'm not high enough level. But we'll see. In the meantime, I'm probably going to leave that Kecleon alive and save it for the end, because color change is a bit of a pain. Or I could accidentally button mash again, because I didn't learn my lesson. Well, it's thankfully not quite as bit of a detriment this time. In fact, I might just do the same thing again here, and take out Volbeat with Aron. We'll go with Body Slam this time, sure. I'm probably entirely wrong, but I feel like Kecleon wouldn't be as effective in double battles, just because there's more opportunities for color change to not be as helpful. Like if I had a fire type out, it's like, oh, it switched it to ice type, and you could just play around it of like intentionally picking something that will switch it to ice and then just blasting it with flamethrower. Whereas to post in single battles, you might have to switch out, or wouldn't necessarily have a Pokemon with like multiple move types where one was weak to two, where you could set it up with one and then knock it down with two. I think that will do it, because I'm willing to bet Aurora Beam will probably kill Yanma, or Yanma. Yep, no problem. Kind of that ninja area of like, high speed, that's about it. That's about what it's good for. Mostly high speed. Probably a pretty decent candidate for Baton Pass, if I had to guess. There wasn't anything up there. Nope, okay. Down the stairs. Hi. I'm gonna go the other way. Here's where the Snag Machine was in Coliseum, initially. Sheesh, this wall hasn't been repaired for a long time. Can't be helped because we haven't made much money lately. This just stinks. Hi. I was feeling sorry for myself, and an intruder appeared. Was it for yourself or just, like, for the wall? Maybe a little bit of both. So, Ariados and Beautifly, huh? Alright. Really? Ariados is going last out of the 4? I figured it would have gone second, probably, behind Beautifly. That will definitely be going first next turn. Yeah, I think that's enough of a threat just due to high speed. I know it's not phenomenal at this point or anything, since... And even then, Weavile's not phenomenal, but... High speed and decently high attack. There we go, that might help a little bit. Bye, Sneasel. I like your design. A lot more than the new one, anyway. I'm not too big on that one. Speaking of not very great ice types, there's Delibird. Which makes Sneasel seem like a shining star by comparison. Use a present? Oh, well, how nice. Give me some health back? Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Provided it doesn't get one-shotted, we'll be sure to kill it last. Plus, it's also paralyzed, so that'll help slow it down as well. Very, very helpful. Lower the speed even though it won't matter, and do like next to no damage, because neither of them are affected by that. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that would break even, because I think it's... Pretty sure it's both ice and flying. And since Reflect is still up... Oh, it didn't even matter. That works too. I didn't think Iron Tail would do quite enough damage thanks to Reflect, but you know what? That's also fine. I will take your money and move on to the next baddie. Oh yeah, Spheel's evolving! Alright, I thought I had one more level to go, but it did level up in this fight. Bye, Spheal. We'll miss your cute face. In favor of a mustache. Hi. I'm with Team Snagem, but I don't have a Snag Machine, so I've never snagged anything yet. Do you understand how pathetic that makes me feel? Well, not really, because none of you have one, so, like, you're not alone. But I do appreciate that you picked two Pokemon that will be very easy for me to kill. That was very nice of you. Thank you. Alright, Iron Tail on you. Water Gun on you. And then we'll just knock them down like a sack of bricks. I probably should have swapped to let one of my level 30s level up, but it actually worked in my favor here, so don't feel too bad about it. They might run out of health here in a second anyway. Well, or you could attack Aron, sure. That works too. Yep, it did miss, as is tradition. I guess in this case, well, it doesn't really matter. Let's see, because Jolteon can't attack Graveler with electric moves, sure, but it's almost dead anyway, so. Bonk. Missed again. Alright, so now next time it will connect, since it's only a 50% accuracy move. I know it's not 50, but it's sure acting like it is. Need to see if there's a possibility in this game to get a hold item to improve accuracy. Defense curl. Alright. Not who I thought you were going to target, but sure, we'll go after Aron again. For the opponent that it's not effective to and misses 3 out of 4 attacks, I would probably be going after somebody else, but... I always forget that I have Shadow Punch. As a reminder, his accuracy has not been lower at all during this fight, Aron. He still has normal accuracy. It has not been decreased. Oh, here comes Banana Beard. Meanwhile, the Pokemon that should have been dead 3 turns ago. Thank you. Long last. It's a giant boulder. How did you miss it that many times? Jeez. Yeah, evasiveness fell. Very scared. And... I thought that would have gotten him. He did get poisoned, but I don't think that's going to do enough either. Oh, it did do enough! Nice! I thought his health pool would have been high enough to just barely survive that. I'm glad someone was trying in that fight. When I joined up, the Snag Machine was already gone. Because Wes took it? Yeah. Is this the one they mentioned? Yep, Gonzap's key, and it is TM30. Which I believe is Shadow Ball? Question mark? Yes, it is. At least I knew that one. Alright, so where's Storybeat telling us to go at this point? We have the Snag Machine back, so I'm pretty sure I know where it's going to send us, but just to make sure. Yeah, okay. So that's where it's going to send us, but first, let's go heal. So at least according to the list and the order we're going for, which I need to scroll back up to the correct point, this is now a point where you could get Nose Pass off of Mirror B. It's got it listed as Fenax Stadium, but I think you do have to wait for the radar to go off. The Mirror B is nearby radar, and then check, and then at that point you can get Nose Pass. Whether he's at Fenax Stadium or elsewhere probably doesn't matter in the long run. You're probably good with either. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. Also semi out of order. Again, you could have the Elekid at this point if you walked around for long enough and got Shadow Togepi purified. You could swap that out for Elekid. I'm not going to worry about that for the time being. I will just... Once that's ready to go, it's ready to go. Oh, there's the Mirror B radar. Nope, it's not under PDA. The spot monitor keeps throwing me off and making me think it's there. It's not. It's just under key items. In fact, I'm going to move that up to here. I don't think I really need any of these that bad, so I'll just put the Mirror Radar at the top. At Rogum Tower, okay. Let's switch these out. Yep. Yeah, I want to keep it like that. Yeah, that'll work just as good as anything. Yeah. And let us all say a fond farewell to any chance of me getting the amulet coin. I don't care enough to grab it. Like, yeah, it's a shame, but this is an easier spot for me to sit. Well, I don't know. You know what? Actually, I won't. I will go off screen and get that amulet coin, and I'll play back to this point. The thing is, I am going to save for the appropriate nature for the Zangoose I'm about to catch. So I would have been doing that anyway, of not saving after this fight specifically. The temptation to immediately hit that Doduo with a Thunderbolt is there, but as we clearly already saw, that Zangoose is far too powerful, so we're going to be paralyzing that immediately. And at the very least, slowing it down. Because otherwise this happens. Just too powerful to be left alive, and he knew that's what I was gonna do too. That was why he immediately went for Jolteon. We'll see if we can lower it with Mach Punch without killing it. I know it's lower level, but if its defense isn't anything like its offense, that's not going to be an issue. Aron's just going to be busy missing, as is tradition. I'll say that would be stupid if you were attacking Aron with that. I moved you to 100% accuracy moves, so you can't keep using the excuse of, oh, sorry, my accuracy's not 100%. Critical hit, but it was false swipe, so that's exactly what I wanted. Now I can attempt to catch the Zangoose. In the meantime, we don't really know what else he's going to throw out, so I'm just going to play defensively for now. Because that Doduo is about to go. Caravana, okay. Water Dark. I don't think we really have anything that's crazy strong against that, but since Aron's missing every 6.5 seconds here, we'll use his turn up, and even if poison isn't good, if I'm not remembering my types because I'm bad with poison, at the very least, this isn't going to miss. Yay! Also, it's a female Zangoose. Interesting. I am still going to try and lower the heart gauge on this one just to see what happens with the nature. It might end up being a phenomenal nature. Don't know. We'll see. I'll even go over to the PC and see if I can check it immediately, or at the very least see what its stats look like. Yeah, that'll work. Perfect. I made the right choice in who I wanted to attack that turn. Oh no, I still do have Guard of War to be able to attack that with electricity. Okay, in that case, I'll wait. I don't know what's better, it hurting itself in the confusion to eliminate itself faster, or it constantly missing. Kind of leaning towards the former. Alright there. Defense harshly fell. Provided you don't damage yourself with confusion or miss, that should do at least an okay amount of damage. Or get flinched by this. And that's probably it for Aron. Yep. Thank you for putting it out of its misery. Now I'm curious if he'll actually even recognize that he got his Zangoose snagged. I would imagine so. Like, in the first game, they could kind of get away with being, like, them being unaware of, like, hey, it looked like you had taken my Shadow Pokemon. But 5 years after the original story, that's a little less likely that everybody wouldn't be fully aware of what was going on. So I guess in his defense, there's no proof that Zook lived in Ore 5 years ago. this point, we're pretty much good. It looks like... Oh yeah, definitely. I was going to say, that's going to do super effective, but with a critical, yeah, forget it. Well, I do what I like to do. Gorgon's going to chew me out again. Ugh, the pug thumped me, and Gorgon will be furious with me again. I should go away, somewhere far away where Cipher won't have any influence. So long, punk. I've had enough of battling you to last a lifetime. I will take good care of your Zangoose. I'm gonna go get it right now. Because I want it. Let's have a look and see if we can figure out what its nature is right out of the gate. Ah, you have the silk scarf. I was wondering if it would show up, so that's who's got it. Yeah, don't know what nature it is. There's its stats, though. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is... Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and end it off here. I'm going to check and see what nature... Ow! I'm going to check and see what nature this has. In fact, while we're doing this, while I'm ending it off, I will even go so far as to A, move this into this position. But if I can manage to do it with enough... with the money that I've got, I'll even use the cologne case and try to get its heart gauge low enough to where we can see what nature it is. And if it's the nature that I'm looking for, which statistically will probably not happen, but if it's the nature I'm looking for, then I'll just go ahead and save right now. If not, I will just go back to my last save, and I'll play everything else as is. In fact, I'll even keep my stuff on screen so I can keep track of it. Of taking a picture of it, or taking a screenshot of it to make sure I get everybody at the same level and whatnot. But I will have the amulet coin. My items might change around a little bit, but it's probably worth it for that amulet coin, let's be honest. Ah, so now you've got the snacks available, but that's not what I'm here for. I don't think I'm going to need that many. Let's go with, like, 4. Items. Move the cologne case up, too. Why not? Let's see how much that did. Not that much. It said a lot, but I guess that means that it's got a nature that doesn't really work with the colognes that well. But that said, let's go ahead and use them all up. Two more of those. If 1 bar is not enough, I'm not going to worry about it at this exact point in time. I know in the first game, I think it took 2 bars before you could figure out what the nature is, but that might have changed. Oh, well, I might be able to get it down 1 more bar. If I could back out of the menu, please. So while I'm doing this in the meantime, for later on in the week on Saturday, starting at, I believe we've got it set for 5:30. It might be 5:30 or 6. I can double check that while we're doing this. We'll be doing a party night stream, which is different from a Mario Party night stream, by the way. The main thing being there won't be any Mario Party. It will be like a bunch of party games, some of them single player, some of them multiplayer. Could be Jackbox games, could be Wii Party, could be games like Fall Guys. Just a bunch of different stuff of whatever audience feels like playing or whatever I feel like playing. But it will not be Mario Party, specifically keeping that out there. 5:30. 5:30 Central, so just starting a little bit earlier than what we did tonight. Other than that, next week we are going to shoot for Final Fantasy X on Wednesday, which will be the 3rd, a week from today. We'll be shooting for that, and then I'll also be doing more of Pokemon XD, and then maybe one other stream. Again, we'll play it by ear. Adamant. Oh, isn't that actually the nature I wanted to? I think it was. It totally was. It was up attack minus special attack. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I've got to now. I think I've got to save the game as it is. That's the exact nature I wanted, and also, if I'm right... Oh, no, I guess this is a 50-50 split. But I usually, when I end up with a Zangoose, I usually don't end up getting a female one, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and save, if that's the case. Counter is the other move it got. Oh. That's getting replaced by Brick Break, more likely than not. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to go heal and then save. The fact I managed to get that on the first try and also actually got both the gender that I would have preferred and the nature that I wanted all in one hit, yeah, I think that's a sign. So yeah, in the meanwhile, I will be purifying, or getting ready to purify everything that I need to. Which will be, let's see. How far is the Togepi? Oh, it's almost done, wow. Any other ones in here? Yeah, just that one. Yeah, okay. So I'll have the Togepi and the Zangoose both ready to be purified. We'll trade over that Togepi. I might do a little bit of leveling, probably not much, and I will also put some more Poké Snacks on the cave and Oasis areas. In fact, I'll go ahead and do that right now in order to try to finish catching the Surskit that I need and both of the Woopers that I need. And fingers crossed I'll be able to get those, or at the very least the Surskit, because then I would only have to worry about the cave Pokespot, which would be preferable, but if I can't do that, then we'll see. There is also one other Pokemon that I am going to consider. I'm just going to put 5 on each for now. There is one other Pokemon that I'm considering using that I have, so I'll probably train that one up a little bit. I won't draw attention to which one it is, in case I want to use it for a surprise. But for now, I won't worry about it. Let's go off to Fennec. Why not? Actually, what we should do is we should go to Relium Tower. And hopefully that will remind me to go take on Mirror B. For whenever I open this up. Face fully the front, Michael. And as we bid a fond farewell to the amulet coin, press F to rest in peace, but it was worth it for Zangoose. If it was any other Pokemon, probably not, but because it's Zangoose, it was worth it. Alright. Take care, guys, and I will see you on Saturday for party game night, or next week for more of this. If there are any parts of this you want to see, by the way, I did update the archive page, so everything aside from this one is fully ready to go. So, if you need to see any of the previous parts, they're all available, they're all good to go, they're all stored in a playlist. If the Pokemon Specials playlist looks like it was moved around a bit, if you use that playlist, I took all of Pokemon Sapphire and moved it ahead of Pokemon XD just because that project is fully completed, so it's not bouncing back and forth between one playlist and the other. It will just be all Sapphire and then all of this, rather than one of Sapphire, a couple of XD, another one of Sapphire, just so it's in a little bit more nice and neat order. If you're watching that, you won't get thrown off by it. Right, I will see you guys this weekend. Take care.